Oh boy, AMD up 26% in one day. I'm building my Z06 as we speak. I love my car, but listen here. I told you, motherfuckers. Let me back out of my driveway real quick. Hang on. God, listen. You know, it's crazy because I remember back then everyone was saying AMD's overvalued. Now listen, there's a giant circle, you know what, going on in the AI space right now that's causing a lot of these companies to go up because they're buying shares of each other. You know, the fact that OpenAI is going to own 10% of AMD and OpenAI is AMD's biggest customer, that's just weird as fuck. And that's giving 2008 and 2000 vibes because the same thing happened back then where big telecommunication companies and internet companies were buying shares of like, you know, Cisco was like the AMD and NVIDIA of that time, and Cisco was giving equity to their biggest customers back then, which is, history doesn't repeat, but it rhymes, okay? So that being said, though, it's something we need to be aware of. I mean, it is a real fact. That being said, the PEG ratio is still low in the market, so it's not overvalued. The PEG ratio is price to earnings growth, and earnings growth is very aggressive and very high right now. So even though the Shiller PE shows that the stock market's overvalued, the Shiller PE doesn't take into account the earnings growth of a stock. So that being said, let me get a little fart here real quick. Let me get a burble. Hang on. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that was hot. So listen, I just wanted to pop on. It's been a minute. I've been buying Salesforce aggressively. I've been buying some more Honest, HNST, but I haven't bought any like AMD, haven't bought any ELF. I'm thinking about buying more Nike soon. I sold a lot of Oscar, so I own 2,000 shares of Oscar. I bought it at about $13 a share, and it went up 80% in like a month, so I just sold all of it. I was selling covered calls against my Oscar shares, so I was making about $250 a week in premiums. And then my calls actually got exercised because Oscar went up from like 17 to like 22 in like 2 days because of some like upgrade on an analyst. So what happened was I had to sell all my shares. So they got called away at $22. So I was forced to sell my shares at a 90% gain. So Oscar is a company that like I bought because there was a lot of momentum, a lot of hype behind the ticker. I'm not necessarily a big fan of the company long term because it's health insurance and they don't really have like an edge. So I'm taking the 80% in a month and I'm running, right? If Oscar goes to $200 in a year and 2 years, whatever. I don't understand the company. I understand the technicals. So you got to understand why you're buying a company, right? Like if Oscar went down to $6 after I bought it, I probably would have doubled down because that's just how I am. But also, it would be stupid to do that. I should exit, but I wouldn't have. So let me roll the windows up. So, like for example, AMD, ELF, Nike especially. Nike's one where I'm actually down on my Nike, even though I bought it during the peak like panic. I'm a bit down on it. That's a stock I truly do understand. There's so much equity in the brand. That one is something I will keep buying for sure. Same with Salesforce. I bought Salesforce a year ago, I think, and I'm actually break even on it. The stock's done nothing. It's complete dead money. And as it's been doing nothing, the earnings growth has accelerated, the revenue's accelerated, expenses have gone down. So that's a stock that I understand. I understand the platform. I use it a lot. They have a new platform called Agentforce coming out. There's a lot of things about Salesforce I like. So that's my next up for sure. I only own I think 20 shares right now. I have like a very small starter position. My max size on that is going to probably be 200 shares, so I'm at about a 20% allocation. So I think there's room for it to drop. I hope I'm right. Timing the market's dangerous because if Salesforce runs, I don't have a full position. But if Salesforce runs, then you got to realize all my other names are also going to be running at the same time. So there's a lot more risk in me like going all in on it right now, if that makes sense. I have cash on the sidelines now because I exited my Oscar. That set me up. I have a good amount of cash. I also had cash already before Oscar. So I have about, I think, 20% of my portfolio in cash right now, which is really, really high for me specifically. So that being said, I'm not happy with the amount of cash I have, but also I kind of am because, the market is definitely getting there. The government shutdown's been going on for a week. There's a lot of catalysts that could make the market take a dive. The government shutdown's never a problem. It's always a nothing burger, except when it lasts a long time. So we just need to be careful. Like if they don't come to a resolution and it's going on for 2-3 weeks, you got to think about all the federal employees that are not getting paychecks, car payments that might get missed, less spending in malls and consumerism and stuff like that, which will impact earnings for companies. ChatGPT subscriptions cancel, less orders for GPUs, there's so many snowball effects from even just a little stupid government shutdown. So, we need to be cognizant of that. I'm getting onto the highway. Let me get a pull in real quick. Hold up. Oh, yeah. It doesn't get old. It just doesn't. I mean, this is why we work so hard. This is it. This is it right here, baby. Yeah, I could have bought more stock, but I can't drive my fucking stock 180 in a residential. I can't fucking blow through a school zone going 200 with stock. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, long story short, I just think stock aside, I think I've hammered the point down. What a fucking crazy time to be alive as a human. I would not rather pick any other time in the history of the human civilization to be born. This generation that we have, you're in your 20s, you're in your 30s, you're in your teens. Fuck, if you're in your 40s, you're still set. This is the craziest generation. What the hell is going on, bro? We literally had dial-up internet 20 years ago, and now we have, we had Pong in, the 80s, and now we have, AI-made video games that are probably going to take over by the end of next year. Dude, it's crazy the shit that's going on. It's quite insane, to be honest. It's just such an exciting time. Healthcare, what AI is going to do to healthcare, you know what I mean? All the leaps being made there. I mean, there's just so much crazy shit going on. God, just save your money, man. Buy assets, dude. AI should scare the fuck out of you, man. I don't care what field you work in. If it's manual labor, you're going to be the last impacted, but God, you will be impacted eventually. There's just so many jobs that are going to get automated, bro. My job will probably get automated in the next couple years. Thankfully, with me, I'm more of a sales role, and you kind of need the human connection. But dude, if you're an introvert and you're a nerd and you think you're smart, put your fucking ego aside. You need to start getting those social skills, because that's the shit AI cannot replace. AI cannot replace that human connection. It can't replace being sociable with prospects and building relationships with clients, right? Maybe you get a job in nurturing client relationships, right? Where you are selling a software or some sort of tech solution, and your responsibility is to be the day-to-day contact for that client with your tech solution, right? But you need to be in a role that is directly revenue driving, and it needs to be facing the client, whether the client is another business or a consumer directly. You cannot be in a role that's all about data, gathering, or admin work, project management. Marketing manager is not good. Executing campaigns, if you want to run Google ad campaigns and you think you're gonna be the best Google ad strategist on the planet, or Facebook ad strategist, whatever you think, I would not recommend those fields right now, because as good as you might be with investing, if you don't have money coming in, you're fucked, right? Because you can't invest if you have no money coming in. So I'm just being, I guess, a little off topic, but AI is great, and I'm excited for it, and I think it's going to catapult the stock market to just incredible highs. But still, there is a lot of danger with AI with the economy. As good as AI can be, we could also suffer from our success with AI too. If AI is too good and it replaces everyone's fucking job, then no matter how good AI is, there's no one to spend money. So how does the companies drive earnings growth? The stock market would collapse, right? This is, by the way, Simply Gum. If you're a fucking health nerd like me, I finally found gum that's good. It has raw cane sugar, some sort of wax, tree sap, peppermint oil, and organic rice flour. So it's 4 ingredients. Simply Gum, it's called. It's spearmint flavor. It has like a powder on it. That's where it gets the flavor from. It runs out of flavor in probably like a minute, but it has a nice consistency. It chews like regular gum. Highly recommend it. It's the only gum I could find that doesn't have bullshit in it. Update, I tried grass-fed beef protein powder. I actually threw up, so I returned it, and I'm probably not even going to do protein powder because I'm already meeting my protein. I weigh 160, and I have about 170 grams of protein a day, so I don't need more protein. I think I'm fine. Any more, I think it's probably to do some damage to the kidneys. I'm not really looking for that. So quick update there. Tarkov softcore tomorrow, I think, so that might be fun. I might check that out. Arena Breakout's fun. I love it, but there's no real end game. It's just kind of load in. It's like Call of Duty. It's fun as fuck though. PvP's great. No inertia, grenades. I love it. I think it's a great game. I think the maps are great. The only thing that sucks is people going into Forbidden mode with like a red ammo sniper butt naked and they just one-shot you in the head. But otherwise, like the TTK is long as fuck. Like most people use the HK and it takes like 5-6 bullets to kill someone. Helmets work. There's no neck hitbox. If you never played Arena Breakout, it's fun. It's good. It's good for like a couple weeks. So anyways, boys, I'm getting in the gym. Then I'm going to go return this protein powder and I'm going to go get a smoothie because I actually had to throw my smoothie out this morning because the protein powder was so bad I couldn't drink my smoothie. So, yeah, hope you guys are doing well. Hope everyone's having a great 2026, 2025. Happy Halloween. And, yeah, cops are coming for me.